Hey everybody, welcome. Friday night. This is Charles's night, so we won't be on too long. I think he comes on around 9:30, so maybe an hour. We'll do an hour tonight or whatever. Anyway, if you followed the videos today from the field, John still has a problem. Does it sound okay? This is a sound check. Looks like I got audio. Anyway, so we came back over here and I cut him another stencil. We have sound. Give me a 5x5 or something, so I know we got sound. Okay, picture and sound are good. Thanks, Craig. So anyway, the thing out the field today, flew my tucker. It's very windy, very windy. I'm not sure it's going to have enough power for the net, so I am going to go ahead and get this ready to go, and I'm going to fly this between now and then. I got one or two airplanes to fly, but I'm going to sand and polish this all out and get it ready to go. I'll probably do the gold leaf before I go to the nets, so I'll announce that. Anyway, John bought a motor, a PA-75, and it's been breathed on by somebody or whatever. Can't make it work. So I cut him some more stencils for his other airplane. You'll see those tomorrow. That's just some graphics and the name of the airplane. And before he left, I said, you know what? I took the engine out of this airplane here. It said you can borrow that one. PA-75 Casinado tank. And the prop, everything's ready. You shouldn't even have to adjust the needle valve. Put that stuff in there, and we'll start it tomorrow at his place. I hate to see him go out there and waste so much time driving back and forth, flipping and farting around. He's had two engines in that airplane. They've both been a hassle. So I know the engine in that airplane worked. I flew it at the Nats 2 years ago. It's been hanging on the wall. Might have to blow it up, but PAs are really dependable. So I got no worries about that engine and tank and the combination. Just set the whole drivetrain in there and let her rip, tater chip. It should just all fit right in there. So anyway, that's an explanation on that. And what I'm doing here is a thing that you all know I just love to do. Sanding. We're going to try to bring the, it's been drying now, I don't know, 2 weeks. Should be good enough to bring the shine up. I do have one flight on it. Of course, it was only going 4.7. It was warp speed. I need to slow it way down. I didn't do any stunts with it. It was pulling like a racehorse. So let's start the bone out. Windex 2000 grit sandpaper. I learned my lesson about 1500 and 1000 grit. That's way too aggressive. So we'll sand on this for a while. really like this airplane. I hope I can make it work. They're just, I don't know. The only problem is that extra weight in the nose. I think it needs some more tail weight, if you ask me. But I can't tell until I fly it at a reasonable speed. So I'm listening for the gravel. The Zen of model building. Okay, let's see if it flattened out. Not really, not all the way. Keep sanding. When you color sand, let me see if I can get this in the light. Okay. You see this right here? You see how it looks like it has orange peel? It doesn't have any orange peel on it, but those little dots are low spots. So we got to sand all those low spots out until it's all flat. And once it's flat, then I can polish. You can see them through here too. And that's how you paint an airplane with no paint, because this ain't got no paint on it. 1 quart of dope is all that's on this. My shine comes from grease, elbow grease. You'll be real surprised how good it's going to shine. The Tucker was just like this. Of course, I only got about 3 weeks to get this sanded out, polished, trimmed, flown, ready to go. We're way too soon this year. Usually, Brodax is the first contest of the year. Yes, they're in the same place every year. Muncie, Indiana. Which, fortunately for me, isn't very far. It's only about an hour away. A little over an hour. You got to kind of feel for the guys that come from LA and Washington. That's a big hike. But man, it's going to take some time. When you start seeing color, you know you went far enough. We're just color sanding the clear right now. The secret to sanding with this is keep it flooded, keep it wet. That when the paper stops cutting, get a new piece. But I'm listening. You guys probably can't hear it, but I'm listening for slickness. Let's see how it goes. That's pretty good. A little bit more up in here. Right through here. I still got to do all the paper. But I got some tricks for that. I missed what you were using. I'm using 2000 grit wet dry sandpaper by 3M. When I get this to where I want it, I'll go to 3000. I don't have any 5000s, but after 3000, we'll hit it with the buffer and see if it comes up. But the most important part to a dope shine is this massaging that I'm doing right now. Yeah, you can put paint on 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 layers deep, and it'll get shiny, but it won't look like this. It'll look like got a ton of paint on it. Okay, let's hit it with some 3000, see what it looks like. Okay, this is a 3000 pad. And you think, well, 3000, well, it'll take it off quick. So you're listening, what does it sound like? Does it sound smooth? Yes, it's painted. It's painted with dope. Dope is a I can't even think of what the hell the name of it is. It's film. Nitrocellulose. Yeah, that's it. Nitrocellulose. Basically like lacquer. Only I like dope better than lacquer myself. Lacquer's too brittle. Okay, let's take a look at it and see what it looks like. Looks pretty flat. Matter of fact, looks real flat. We need a little bit up there, but okay, that has kind of a shine to it now, but it's sanded. That's how fine the sandpaper is. So then, let's polish. That's 3M. I've been using 3M Finesse It, but I found that this McGuire's Ultra Compound works best for the first rub. And what I do is, I do it in sections. So I'll do this, then I'll go back there, then I'll go over here and go back there, and it'll take me 100 hours to polish this thing out. The Snap-on polishing tool. Start out slow so you don't sling it all over the place. I'm going to bring it up to 1500 RPM to heat the paint. Don't burn the paint, keep it moving. That's pretty good. Need some more. So now I'll switch to finesse it by hand and see what it looks like. It usually, this is the first rub out for this airplane. It usually takes 2 or 3. That's why it takes many 100 hours to do the job. Come on. Okay, you don't want to come out of there? I'll get another bottle. Maybe. Where are you? Come on, I know I got more than that. Oh, there it is. Always use high-grade products. This is about $28 a pint. But man, is it worth it. If you like shine. And it doesn't take much. Now this is not wax, it's polishing compound. I'm trying to get all the scratches out of it. And we'll see if it comes up to a mirror finish. Looks like it's coming. It's better for, for the first go around. I can still see some haze in it. It's going to take some work. Okay, round 1 on that. That's terrible. I got to do it again. If you look right in here, Now you can see it there. If you look right in here, you can see all the pock marks still. I got to get all that out. Over here, not too bad. Over right here, I don't know. It's still, see that? You see the distortion in the light? That should all go away. So we need another sand out. Lovely. I just love doing this. Hit that like button. I see we got 11 watchers and only 3 likes. The likes help the channel, my metrics. They're having a speed contest tomorrow at Wagersley. If you guys are interested, I'll go over and shoot a little footage. Now back to 2000. Wonder if I got any 15. Except the last time I used 15, I burned right through the blue. We got 4 likes, 12 watchers. Yeah, I think I want to fly this one this year. This was this is the one that I kind of rushed to get done so that I could fly, and then I kind of gave up, hung it on the wall. So now, hey, where would I be if I wasn't under crunch time? I'm used to high pressure. You know, see, most of the guys that, especially the guys that win the concourse, they put urethane on their airplanes. They got some paint on the airplane, and it weighs anywhere between 65 and 85 ounces. That's not for me. I would rather rub and have a light airplane. See, when I get done with an airplane, oh, the sanding's over. Shit, no, it's just begun. Open bays are the toughest. I'm picking up a little. Maybe that's off the paper. Okay. Oh yeah, that's looking better. That's better. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of insight. Let's see what happens here. You see how nice and flat that's become? That'll shine. Let me go back to my chroming adage. Chrome plating is 50 millionths thick. 50 millionths thick. It's nothing. It's a protective coating. It's electroplate. It's not dip. It's I can't even think of the name of the chrome. It's hexachronium. Can't remember. Anyway, 50 millionths thick. The part looks chrome before it goes in the tank. All that bright work is sanding. So this is what I'm doing with the airplane. I'm sanding between coats, and then I'm on the polish end of it now. It's got the base on it to polish, and the finish should be 50 millionths thick, not 50 mil thick like them other guys do, but we got some sanding to do up here. There's a spot here and a spot there. Any questions? I'm gonna have to get me some more of this other compound. Now, where the hell did it go? There it is. It's McGuire's Ultimate. So this is the second polish for the leading edge on this side. Come on. Yeah. Hold the pad flat, don't dig it in. Don't let it catch an edge like that. I have a regular car buffer under the thing there, Makita. variable speed car buffer. Can't use that for this. It does a nice job, but if it catches a flap or an edge, it'll flip it across the room, and that's the end of that. Okay, let's use some finesse it. This actually could use a couple more coats of clear. I don't want to put the weight on it. Okay, finesse it. Where'd you go? There it is. Okay, let's change pads. It's a flat pad. The other one's a dimple pad. Thank you, Marcel. A lot of work. A lot of work. Yeah, let's see what it looks like. Okay, how many coats of dope? You get 1 quart of dope for the whole airplane. 1 quart of clear is all. And you mix that quart into 2 mason jars, and you make 2 quarts thinned. And half of that quart goes on the bare wood. Actually, 4 coats of dope on the bare wood. Then you put your paper on. Then you apply the rest of the dope to that, and that's your substrate. Then you get 1/2 pint of white, or whatever color you're going to use. That's a 1/2 pint, and it mixes up to a pint, and that'll paint 1 coat, 2 coats maybe, over the whole airplane. So that's 4, 5, 6 coats of dope so far, 50-50. Now, after you get all your trim colors on, which is not going to be much, you have your 1/2 quart of dope, or your quart of dope left. It's really just a 1/2 quart. And you spray all that on in the top coat. So we probably got about 10, maybe 12 coats total on the whole airplane. Thin 50-50, so that's 600%, 6-ounce finish. It sounds like it can't be done, but you can ask John. You can look at my prior videos of painting and see how I do it. This is a 6-ounce finish. I think we'll leave that for now. We'll go to the other side. That doesn't look too bad. It's relatively shiny. But I've got to still do all this. Same thing, sand and polish. I did already sand this once. It looks like I've got it pretty flat. So we'll go right straight to polish on this side. Look at it here in the light. A lot of candling. Yeah, I could sand some more. We'll hit it with the 3000. I paint the numbers. I have a stencil cutter, a vinyl cutter. I cut a mask it on, and then shoot it. I'm going to put gold leaf over the top of this. I'll probably do that next week. 3000 sand out helped a bunch to get it flat. You guys really can't see what I can see here, but if you look, it's nice and flat. Letters and numbers are everything's painted on. I don't use decals. All these little black lines are ink. They're inked on with Rapidograph pens and India ink. If you look at my channel, I guess maybe you're new here. If you look at my channel, I got about 2,500 videos back in the channel of how to mold balsa wood, how to sheet a wing, how to cut foam, how to make a spinner, how to make landing gear, bend horns, plumb a tank. I mean, there's all kinds of videos. And I show how to do gold leaf for dummies that I did on the Continental. I also showed a paint repair on the Continental. Just look up gold leaf on my channel, and you can see the Monado gold leaf I did. And I'm going to do this one a little different. I'm going to do this the right way. Thank you very much. It's all about desire. Okay, let's spin it up and see what happens. Been on 42 minutes already. I'm gonna have to go tomorrow and get some more of this stuff. I don't know, Yvonne, did you see those airplanes there? There's the Tucker. There's my airplane from last year. I do not use silver. Here's the reason why. Silver is aluminum, metal shavings. So it's heavy. It's heavy. And not only that, it has pore adhesion properties. That meaning when you paint over the top of it and you peel the tape off, you get a lot of problems. You're gonna peel up paint, and I ain't going for that. That's two downfalls. The third downfall is color. If you paint over silver, it's a different color than if you paint over white. So what we've been doing is we've been tinting the clear dope from the ground up. So the very first coat of clear that goes on this airplane is tinted white. So after 5 or 6 or 7 of these tinted white coats, your airplane's white, and it's one coat of white to paint the whole thing white. So it doesn't make sense to use silver and change the color. The only reason they were using silver is to wrong one. The only reason they were using silver is to find the flaws. So things that now I can't get any DC 540. We're just using clear dope. Clear dope as a primer. You go back and look at windy tapes. They're sitting in a motel room talking about the weights of their airplanes. 75, 80, 85 ounces. No thanks. Wendy also uses urethane. And urethane is plastic, and whatever you spray on stays on it. There's no gassing off. You want to spin this wheel at about 1500 RPM to get the paint hot and it melts. Of course, you want to keep flipping it all over the room, too. Man, I got a long ways to go. Maybe I'll get, what's that guy's name from England? The guy that gets after me. You're still on that? Yeah, that's right. Okay, that looks pretty good. Matter of fact, it looks real good. I can see my face 2 foot away. That's good. Let's put the polish on it now and see what it looks like. Change pads. So what color do you use to get the color of light? The color of light to a Mustang. Oh, you want to paint the Mustang silver. Okay, I did my Thunderbolt. My Thunderbolt was metallic gray. So gray is the best covering paint. It's light. So it's white with a few drops of black in it. So you mix it up like a primer gray. And then you take very little silver and add that to the gray. And that becomes like a gunmetal gray. Very silvery. Anybody that's seen, if you look on Stunt Hanger on the front row or District 6, you'll see my Thunderbolt. It's I don't think I have a picture of it handy. Matter of fact, I know I don't. Maybe over there. But it was, it was a front row airplane. That polished up nice. Let's have to work on the other side again, get it just nice. When you're doing this, don't do the whole airplane. It's too big a job. It's too overwhelming. You'll never complete it. So in this session, I did the leading edges on top. In the next session, I'll do a wing panel. And if you do it like that, it doesn't seem so overwhelming because it's a daunting job. You think, I'll never get through with this. A paint job is never complete, it's only abandoned. Because even I get tired of doing this and go, oh, that's good enough. Shit. We got some good reflection on that though. So that turned out okay. Let's try to use this stuff here. Clean off that other crap. I might go to the flaps next. I don't know. Yeah, light gray with a little silver in it. It looks realistic. Because a real airplane is not silver; it's gray. Aluminum is not silver; it's gray. Might work on the nose here. Yeah, that's how you bring it down. I mean, I've been doing it like this I've been finishing this good for 40 years or better. The materials have changed though. Aerogloss was so much better. It was such a much better product. I mean, it would polish up so quick. Let's see if we can get a little shine off that leading edge. What do you think? Is that gonna work? Let's see, can we? Yeah, you see my hand in the leading edge, and it's, I don't know, 2 foot away, 2 foot above the airplane. 2 fingers, 2 foot. I'd like to get them lights. See how them light bulbs are kind of ripply? I'll sand on that again and try to get them absolutely perfect like a mirror. But that was a good first run. At least get the top looking that good. The Tucker started out the exact same way, you know. Just what you got to do. It ain't like you don't like it, I love it. But sanding is so relaxing to me. Now here you can feel the stripes a little bit. When I sand this, that'll all go away. So let's do that. And we got about, man, we got 5 minutes anyway. Unless you guys are bored, which I don't blame you. Okay, 2000 grit sandpaper. Let's let her rip tater chips, see what it looks like. These noses are so hard, they're just like a bowling ball. You start seeing paint, don't panic, it'll be fine. You start pulling blue into the red or red into the blue or whatever, don't worry about it. No big deal. Okay, let's see what it looks like with 3000 on there. Keep wiping it off. You don't want to grind any dirt into it. No scratches. I wonder what happened to my other extension. Had it on the airplane today. There it is. There it is. Yeah, it's pretty good. Still needs a little more. This could have used 4 or 5 more coats of dope, but I hate putting all that paint on it. We'll just have to work with what we got. Now the bone out will come with 5000 grit sandpaper. After I get all this done one time, then I'll bone it out and polish it again. It's ridiculous. And I got a couple weeks to do it. This is the pre-hangout. Okay. Okay. See the nice satin glow it gets? It's not shiny, but it's not dull either. It's just smooth. That's what you're looking for. So now, swap pads again. You might ask, why am I swapping pads? Because you don't want to intermingle polish with compound. Back in the day, this was all hand rubbed done. How long did it take to paint it? I don't know, a couple weeks. I worked on it about a year, hour a day. It's all on this channel. Remember, finish starts with the first piece of wood cut. If you have shitty joints, you're going to have a shitty looking airplane when it's done. Okay, I think I will just hand polish that because it's flipping all kind of shit all over the place. Dave Day, that's the guy that gets on me. Dave Day. I would love to see some of his models. That polished up pretty nice. Of course, that's hard. It's fiberglass up there. So it should polish up nice. Oh yeah, I got that nice squeak in it. And the thing about dope is, the longer you rub it, the shinier it'll get. Turn it over and look at the bottom. Man, we got a lot of work to do on the bottom. I'll just sand on this for a while. Gotta get that blue shit off there though, it'll leave a stain. Man, oh man, that's gonna be a hell of a sand job on the bottom to get that to shine. But it'll shine. Got a hanger rash there already. Pretty smooth. Take the cowl off and sand it sitting on the couch. Sand and polish it sitting on the couch. Yeah, a little touch up here and there. I think I will take this one tomorrow and fly it. We'll start getting it trimmed. Can always rub on it. $19.10. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Trying to build the channel. I need about 100,000 subscribers. I don't know how the hell I'm going to do that because I don't think there's 100,000 control liners in the world. But if anybody watches this channel, all the stuff that I do can be used in everyday, day-to-day projects, such as cabinet work or tile. I mean, if you can do these, you can do anything. I keep trying to tell the young guys, hey man, build model airplanes. Learn how to do something. Read a tape measure. Okay, so let's sand in there a little bit. I'll spend about 15 minutes more with you guys. Like I say, this is Charles's night. I don't know what time he comes on. Pretty soon. I think it's about 9 o'clock my time. Now here's where it takes time. I did these leading edges and the nose pretty fast. I'm going to show you how to do the beige. They're one bay at a time. Stay off the cap strips. You can lose your model in a heartbeat doing this. And we'll hit that flat real quick too. Where do you get your dope? I get my dope from Wicks Aircraft, Wicks. If you can find them online, they'll mail it to you anywhere in the world. And yes, there are colored dope. There's colored dope. You can get a paint chart from Wicks. Let me see if I can have one handy here. I don't know, about 50 colors. I don't have a paint chart handy. Yeah, 50 or so colors. There's only one company in the United States making dope, and that's Randolph. And they make all the dope, certified, SIG, Brodak. But they are different formulas. So if you start with Randolph, which is what I use. Stay with Randolph. I mean, it's all right if you, like the blue on this is Brodak Insignia blue. It's made by Randolph, but it's a different formula. You can do little spots with it, but I wouldn't suggest. And don't mix thinner. If you're going to use Randolph dope, use Randolph thinner. Yeah, it's $55 a gallon. Or 48 plus hazmat. But just that peace of mind knowing that you got the right thinner. And we used to use, back when I was experimenting, we used to use 3608S because it was cheap. It was like $15 a gallon. Works, but it hazes the paint. It's a different formula. So I don't suggest you do that. Painting is a chemistry experiment, actually. And using any catalyzed paint, formula is critical. If it calls to 4:1:1 or 2:1 or whatever, make it exact. Dope, not so much. You're just adding thinner to it. Okay, got that pretty flat quick. Can't feel that, so that's good. You guys want me to do a prop pitching tutorial? Yeah, back in the 70s, you could get it in the hobby shop, yeah. We used to get Aerogloss. That was the best. But they quit making it because it has, well, it has MEK in it and some other stuff. You know, don't eat the paint. That's what my dad taught me. Don't eat paint. Let's see what we got here. Yes, it was Aerogloss. Came in a red label can. Then Pactor bought it, and it went to an orange label. Kind of got crappy then. But that's what we had. Of course, we had Ambroid glue too, which was total crap. Testers and Ambroid glue. Testers glue came in two labels, green and yellow. I always use the yellow because it dried quick. If you listen, you can hear that. You can hear that those rocks. Now it will take me at least, I would say at least 100 hours to sand and polish this airplane. It's just because you get it done once, don't mean you're done. I mean, I could do a half-assed job in about 40 hours. And it'd be good enough. Back when we used to build beam wing airplanes, they really took a while to sand out. You only got 1.25 inches between the ribs to sand. You look all them beam wing airplanes from the late 50s, early 60s, early 70s. They were all finished like monocoque. They look beautiful. And that's what I'm showing. Yeah, Aerogloss. That's what I said, Aerogloss. So my dad had his hobby shop. Tom Warden was our Pactor rep. And Vic Cunningham was our Pettit rep. And he did Pettit hobby epoxy. Let's see what it is. I never liked hobby epoxy because it was like putting on lead. Now some guys, like Brett Buck, he has good luck with that stuff, I guess. It's durable stuff, that's for sure. But it ain't really for me. I've been a dope guy for 57 years. That's all we knew. didn't have monocoat back then. We had soap span and dope. And I love the smell of Aerogloss with Johnson's baby powder in it. Man, that smells good. I don't know where you live, Marcel. I mean, I could give you a guess, but Randolph is the next best dope to Aerogloss now. I mean, you can't get Aerogloss, so you got to go with what you can get. And they're certified. There's SIG. There's Randolph. There's Acme. They're all made in the same place. And believe it or not, it's California where they don't sell it. I guess they got an exemption. I think you can get it at Aircraft Spruce, but we used to buy dope by the gallon from the El Monte Airport. I think it was certified. It didn't have much pigment in it. That's the whole problem with dope. You know how they're mixing up the toners. See, if you look there, that's my first panel. I got it pretty flat. This one here needs work. This one here is done. Yeah, I got a story about that. When I was growing up, I first started building. The first airplane I ever built was a Gallows P-40 kit. I did it on my dad's Sears workbench in the garage. That's what got me interested. And those are stick and tissue, and I mean little tiny sticks, and they're only about yay big, whatever. We took a razor blade and broke it in half, double-edged razor blade, broke it in half, put it half in a matchbook, and then started cutting on that shit. Well, my Uncle Jerry came to live with us, and him and my dad flew Speed in 1948. My dad got a second at the Canadian Nationals with a Ball 60. I think it was 103 miles an hour. Wow, screaming. Anyway, so Uncle Jerry came, and he built a Thunderbird, and he painted it purple. And he started showing me how to do dope finishes, So he put the talcum powder, which is Johnson's baby powder, in the Aerogloss dope, and paint that on and let it dry, and then sand it all off. Beautiful finish, way too heavy. Anyhow, so I was in a kid's room, and my model shop outgrew that. So my dad rearranged the den, and I moved to the den, and my shop outgrew that. So my dad said, well, just move to the master bedroom. So they moved out of the master bedroom into my old room, and I moved everything in the master bedroom. I outgrew that. So they cleaned out the 2-car garage, and I would build out in the garage. I had the whole garage was a shop. The girls would hang out until 2-3 o'clock in the morning. They'd be sitting on the workbenches sanding. If you're going to be here, you got to sand something. My mom said, I never see anything like it. Well, they wanted to hang out, so they got to sand. And those are all true stories. Couldn't find any girls' sand anymore. Too boring. See, to me, first off, it's relaxing, and second off, it's satisfying. When you're done, you can sit back and look at that. I did that, you know. All these kids want to do is punk around on the computer, and I said, well, what'd you do all day? Well, I did this on the computer. Well, where is it? Well, I got to turn the computer on. Well, you don't have it in your pocket? I can't see it? I follow a kid on here, Micro Machines. He's building himself. I guess his dad or his uncle or somebody must own a machine shop, because look him up. He's built himself a old style open cockpit Indy racer, and man, he's done everything. He made the bucks to form the sheet metal, took the English wheel and formed the sheet metal and did the chassis and machined all the parts. He's a kid. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think more kids ought to do. Back when I went to school, my senior year was auto shop, metal shop, wood shop, drafting, physical education, back to auto shop. And then, it's 7 periods of shop. Now they don't teach nothing. You ask them kids where we're here, read this tape. Well, I don't know how to do that. How many little marks is that? Come on, guys. Sign for this. Well, I can't. I only know how to print. Give me a break. Southeast USA. So that would be around Georgia. Southeast, yeah, Georgia. I don't know. Depending on how much you buy, you know. They're going to ship it UPS. If you can get it shipped to a business, you won't have to pay a hazmat fee. If you got it shipped to your house, you'll have to pay the hazmat, which I hate paying. It's like pissing money away. $50 maybe. Yeah, I know. If the computer goes down, the whole building stops. We can't do anything. Push the little button that has the picture of the hamburger on it. They want $15 an hour and can't get your order right anyway. I'll tell you what really pisses me off. My dad had his pool business and hobby shop ever since I was a little kid. And, you know, at 7 years old, I could make change. You go to McDonald's or whatever, and they hand the change out the window. Let me see if I get a bill here. This pisses me off. So stupid. But see, today they don't count back change. The computer does it for them. So we're going to give you $10. Let me set this down. $10.45 back. They go like this. They hand you the bill like the change there, and then it falls out onto the ground. Dumbasses. Hand the change first and then the bill. Nobody can figure it out. I just let it fall on the ground when that happens. That's all because of the computer. And you say, well, what do you mean because of the computer? Well, they don't count change back. Back in the day, we worked out of a shoebox. You had to make change. You had to count back 25 and, 2 dimes and a nickel, whatever. They'd make the change and say, and here's 5 and 10 is 20, you know. I had, matter of fact, do math without a calculator. I went to some restaurant or whatever, and I handed her my money. I said, well, give me back $1.37. That's my change. No, let me. I got to check it in the computer. I said, give me $1.37. Shit, can't even count up to 10. Was I right? Of course I was right. He goes, how did you do that? Well, shit. Come on, guys. You only need to count to 10. It's not like it's calculus. It's ridiculous. You asked a kid today, what is 3, 4, 5? Well, that's square. What do you mean that's square? Well, measure up 3 and across 4 and 5 between them, and it's 90 degrees at the angle. Duh. Six, 8, 10, same thing. Well, I better get off here. Because like I say, it is Charles's night. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll be on tomorrow, Saturday at John's. Maybe we'll go out to the speed contest. I'll fly this airplane tomorrow, see what happens. See if I can get it trimmed out. Because I'd really like to fly this one at the Nats, because I got the shirt to match. I got the hat. And I got the shirt. I got 2 of these, 2 hats, and the airplane. I got the hat to match. Of course, I got them with my Dr. Pepper airplane too, but I like this better. It's not just on the thinner, it's on the dope too, I believe. Just give Eric a call. Tell him that Sparky said, that the guy's name that runs the place is Eric. They all know me by name or by Stunt Hanger or whatever. Tell him that I recommended him. And, he'll treat you right. You got to pay. That's just the way it is. I don't want to pay either, but you got to pay if you want to play. They'll treat you fair. No, I didn't say they charge a $50 hazardous fee. I figured shipping be about $50, but I don't know. It depends on how heavy it is, how big the box is. You got to call them and ask. I'm not in the shipping business. Just a guess. I usually order anywhere from $200 to $500 worth. Make it worth it, and I get it sent to where I work, so I don't have to pay the hazmat fee. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.